Okay, so I almost didn't film content today. Earlier today, I was like, well, I did so good yesterday with all of the content that I made because I was like a freaking robot when it came to all the content that I pushed out. And I was like, well, since I did so good yesterday, I can take a day off from recording, right? And so I went to the gym, didn't record. And I told you guys yesterday, I'm not going to push myself to record fitness content because I don't want it to turn into me more focused on the content than the actual workout. I'm at the gym to work out and build a six pack, not to make content, right? So I respected that boundary for myself this morning. I was like, well, I kind of just want to work out with my trainer. I don't really want to be worried about filming. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I was like, well, I can make coaching videos when I get back home, get settled or whatever. And so once I got out the shower and had put myself together, I was like, I don't have anything to say. I don't really want to make content, right? And here we are, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm making content. How did I pull myself out of not feeling like it in case you struggle with that too? So this is why I stress the importance of making sure that you create content in something that you truly enjoy, right? I love motivating. I love inspiring. I love teaching. I love business strategy talk. Like these are things I could talk about all day. Y'all already know this. Because when you choose something that you really enjoy talking about, it doesn't always feel like work. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't always feel like work, right? So make sure you're choosing something that you truly have a passion for. The second thing that I did was I just decided to set up my camera where I felt most comfortable. Sometimes you guys see me filming in my kitchen. Sometimes you guys see me filming in the car. And I'm in bed because I'm just in a bed type of mood. It's afternoon. You guys know I'm an early bird, so I'm pretty much in bed by 7, right? So my body is already starting to wind down. And instead of trying to force myself to record in a particular part of my apartment, I was like, no, I'm just going to record wherever I feel most comfortable, which at this time of the day is the bed, right? And then I just propped up the camera. Just propped it up, turned it on, turned the mics on, have it on the tripod, and have my light. And I was just like, I'm just going to leave this here. I'm going to sit in front of it, but I don't necessarily have to record, right? Just going to have it here in case I do feel somewhat inspired to record a video, right? So I did that. And I was actually sitting in front of this camera for about 30 minutes before I turned it on and started making content, right? Sometimes you have to put yourself in the environment that is most conducive to you getting the thing done that it is that you're trying to accomplish, right? So let's say you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to be more active, right? Okay, just go to the gym. Just sit in the parking lot, go inside, sit down on a cycle bike, but don't actually ride it. But just force yourself to be in that environment. I've noticed that when I do that, it kind of gives me that nudge to actually do something towards that goal, even if I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? Same like, you guys know I love to walk. Some days I don't feel like walking, right? Some days I just want to be a couch potato. I just want to sit in the house all day and not move. But instead of allowing myself to do that, I'll still go sit outside, right? So the fact that I had to walk from my building to the picnic tables across the street, that forced me to walk a little bit, right? And so I'll just sit there. I'll just sit and enjoy the weather. And then more often than not, I'll be inspired. I'll be like, well, I can walk one lap around the building, right? And then after I do that one walk, then I'm like, that wasn't so bad. Let me go ahead and do 2, or let me go ahead and do 5, or let me go ahead and do 10. And the next thing you know, I walk 10K steps. So sometimes, like I said, you just have to kind of push yourself in that environment that you need to be in order to get the thing done that you're just not feeling motivated to get done right now. Right? And then just force yourself to stay in that environment. So, like I said, I know y'all, well, I don't know if y'all know this, but I go to bed around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So I was going to let this camera sitting on the tripod stay in this room for the 5 hours until it's time to go to bed. And if I still didn't feel inspired to record, then I would just chucked it up as a loss. I didn't get it done. It is what it is. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. But after about 30 minutes, I kind of felt somewhat inspired to make a video. So don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of the things that you want. and what it takes to get there. Remember, there's a reason why you set that goal. You set that goal because it's something that you really want to accomplish. It's probably something that you've been pushing off for years and you keep telling yourself this time is going to be different. But it still hasn't become different because you're still allowing your mind to talk you out of the thing. At some point, you're going to have to build mental strength. You're going to have to build mental stamina. And that's how I get it done. I'm not going to sit here and try to make this journey feel like it's rainbows and unicorns and it's not hard and it's easy to show up every day and it's easy to make a whole bunch of money online, because it's not. That is a lie. I'm human just like you are. I bleed just like you bleed, okay? I have days where I don't feel like doing anything, but I just told you what I do to still get some things done. And maybe, like I said yesterday, I recorded about 20 videos. Today, I might get through 5. It's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to try to make myself feel bad and, talk down on myself. I'm just going to accept it for what it is. I'm going to get to bed on time, and hopefully tomorrow I don't have that type of energy. But if I do, if tomorrow ends up being another day where I don't feel like it, I'm still going to put myself in position to still get it done. I'm still going to bring the camera with me to the gym. Right? Record some gym content. Even if I don't feel like it, I'm still going to make sure the camera is set up while I'm in my apartment in case I do feel inspired. I'm still going to set it up so that I still get something done. Okay? I hope I'm explaining that correctly. Like, I hope I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think, but basically what I'm saying, I hope that's making sense. I hope you get what I'm trying. I hope I'm articulating that correctly. That's what I wanted to say. Because like I said, it's not always easy to show up. It's not always easy to get things done. If it was easy, more people would do it, right? So just try. Even if you're not feeling it, even if you're tired, just try. And I promise you know what's crazy? The feeling that you get after the fact. So when you didn't feel like doing it, whatever that it is, and you did it, you start to feel better about yourself. You start to become more proud of yourself because now you're like, well, dang, I didn't even feel like doing X, Y, and Z, and I still did it. I am the SHIT, right? And then that adds momentum and that makes you even more excited. And the next thing you know, you're pushing out more content. You're working on your business longer. You're exercising more. You're eating healthier because you didn't feel like doing it and you still did. You start to see yourself in this highlight. You start to build self-respect for yourself because you're finally sticking with the promises that you made to yourself, even if you didn't feel like doing it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I cannot wait to read what you have to say. Also, you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.